Hey guys, welcome to Striker Bytes. Okay, so you've installed Docker and you have a few self-hosted application containers up and running. Now what happens when you need to update those containers? Right now you have to stop running the container, pull the new image, and start the new container with all of the same environmental variables, which can be hard, especially if you're using Portainer. Typically, application updates are not a big deal, but what if you have 20 containers running? Now the simple task of updating each individual container is going to take a lot of time, but that's where Watchtower comes in. Watchtower is an application within a Docker container that watches for updates for all of the running containers on a Docker host. If an update is available for any of the containers on the system, then Watchtower will restart that container with the new image using the same parameters as the previously running image. In this video, I'm going to show you two ways to run Watchtower. First, I'll show you how to run Watchtower once and then have the container automatically stop after it completes its container updates. Then I'll show you how to set up Watchtower to run in the background, where it will consistently check for updates on the Docker Hub for containers that you have running and update them at an interval that you choose. Okay, to do a single run of Watchtower, first you need to log into your Portainer app. As you can see at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, my version of Portainer currently has an update available. We're going to take care of that in this video. So next, click on Containers and then click Add Container. We're going to call this container Watchtower. Under image, we're going to type in containrr/watchtower. This container does not require us to publish any ports, so we can scroll down and click on env to set our environmental variables. Since we want this instance of Watchtower to run once, update all of our containers, and then shut down, we will use the variable watchtower_run_once and set the value to true. Next, we have to give this container access to the Docker socket. We can do that by clicking on volumes. We need to click on bind to set a bind volume map. On the container, the Docker socket is located at /var/run/docker.sock, and on the host, it's in the same location. Now we can click Deploy Container. Portainer will now pull the image from the Docker Hub and run the container. Okay, Watchtower should be running. As you can see, if we view the container log, Watchtower shows it's running a one-time update. And because my instance of Portainer is out of date, I'd be willing to bet that it just kicked me out of the app. Yep, Portainer is being updated in the background. After a few seconds, we can click refresh. Okay, so I hit refresh. We'll relog into Portainer, and as you can see at the bottom left-hand corner that our Portainer update notification is gone. It also looks like Watchtower has stopped, so let's check the logs. Okay, it looks like Watchtower found a new Portainer image, stopped the container, and it recreated it using the same parameters. Perfect. If you click on images, you can see that the old Portainer image is still left on the system. It's best to keep this for a while just in case there are bugs in the new image and you want to revert back to the old one. But if you're feeling brave, you can just click the checkbox beside it and then click the delete button. Alright, that's all you have to do to update the containers on your system. Now, when you want to update your containers in the future, just start that Watchtower container, and after a few minutes, all your containers will be updated. Now, if you want to run an instance of Watchtower that's always running and updating your containers in the background, click on Containers, click on Add Container. This will take you to the Create Container screen. Just like before, I'm going to call this container Watchtower. And we still don't have to publish any ports. Also, just like before, we're going to have to click on Volumes and give Watchtower access to the Docker socket so it can start, stop, and create containers on its own. Make sure to click on Bind. The Docker socket is located at var/run/docker.sock. And on the host, it's in the same location. Now we can click on env to set up our environmental variables. If you read through the Watchtower documentation website, you can see the various environmental variables that you can work with. The amount of variables and functions that Watchtower is capable of is actually pretty impressive. I'm only going to use a few for this demo though. Going back to our environment variable screen, the first variable I'm going to use is Watchtower_cleanup, and the value is going to be true. This variable allows Watchtower to delete the old, outdated images off the system after it recreates the container with a new image. And the second variable that I'm going to use is Watchtower_include_stopped. This variable will make sure Watchtower is updating any container on your system that is currently stopped. Next, the variable I'm going to use is Watchtower_poll_interval. And I'm going to set the value to 3600. This number represents how many seconds before the next update check. 3600 seconds is 60 minutes, so Watchtower will check the Docker Hub for container updates once every 60 minutes. Finally, the last variable I want to use is Watchtower_revive_stopped. This setting will allow Watchtower to start containers on your system that are currently stopped after it completes its update. Next, click on Restart Policy and set the restart policy to Unless Stopped. This will ensure that the container is always running. Finally, you can click on Deploy Container. Once Watchtower is deployed, you can check the container log, and as you can see, it will schedule its first update check. In my case, the first update check is scheduled for 17:07 UTC. That's all you have to do. Now Watchtower will run continuously on your system, checking for updates every hour to make sure that your Docker containers are always up to date. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. If this video helped you, be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing for more tutorial videos. Thank you.